Yo, listen up. Imagine being a literal nobody, the weakest dude in the sect, and you're suddenly engaged to the ice-cold Empress, the strongest cultivator alive. This isn't just marrying up, this is a total glitch in the Matrix. But you think he's just going to be her trophy husband? Think again. Our boy activates a shock system, where he gets OP rewards just for making people's jaws drop. Forget meditating, this dude's path to power is pure flexing. Meanwhile, our boy is complaining about his slow progress after being punished by the Empress all night. Dude, you leveled up to a 7-star warrior overnight and you're calling it slow? The system's like, I bet, and points him to a place with the most abundant spiritual energy. And that place is none other than the sect's primary cultivation ground. We're talking the ultimate spiritual hotspot, where all the energy gathers. It's the promised land for every disciple looking to level up. Our boy arrives and immediately starts absorbing aura like a vacuum cleaner. Everyone around is stunned, whispering, "Is that the Empress's husband?" He's a cultivation genius. But in his mind, Ning Tian is just thinking, still not fast enough. The disciples overhear this, and their jaws hit the floor. Bro, you call this slow? All right, you asked for it. Our boy decides to stop playing around and activates his tenfold cultivation power. Instantly, the ground starts shaking like an earthquake as he begins to suck up all the spiritual energy in the entire area. He's not just cultivating. He's becoming a literal black hole for aura. And just like that, he shocks the entire crowd. The system dings and boom. Reward time. He gets a brand new movement technique, the water dragon step, and masters it instantly at tenfold speed. Look at that smirk. He knows he just got the perfect skill for making a quick getaway. Having drained the area dry and pocketed his reward, our boy acts like nothing happened and politely asks a blushing female disciple for directions to the technique library, the scripture depository. The fangirling is real, folks. The disciples start calling him patriarch, and he's like, huh? He thinks it sounds way too old for a young stud like him. So he casually suggests, just call me older brother. And BM. The girl melts on the spot. This guy's riz is off the charts. With the flirting done, he waves goodbye, saying he won't disturb their training anymore. The crowd is just thinking, dude, how are we supposed to train? You literally sucked the place dry. As he heads off to the scripture depository, his fan club is already losing their minds. Meanwhile, at the scripture depository, people are waiting in a ridiculously long line. But the second Ning Tian shows up, the place erupts. An old man starts crying tears of joy, and the female disciples go absolutely feral, screaming, "He's so handsome!" And patriarch, let's elope. Talk about main character privileges. All the guys in the crowd are seething with jealousy, wishing they had even a fraction of his charisma. But all this commotion attracts some unwanted attention. The notoriously strict Elder Guyen appears, and he does not look happy. Everyone braces for a showdown, but then the unthinkable happens. The strict, no-nonsense Elder performs a full, ground-shaking kowtow to Ning Tian. The crowd is stunned into silence. They're all thinking, is he possessed? We've never seen him show this much respect to anyone. Turns out, it was the system's doing. Not only does Elder Guyen do a complete 180, but he also hands over a golden plate that grants access to all floors of the depository. He barely finishes his warning about higher floors needing more power before Ning Tian just vanishes. The Elder is left completely speechless. Our boy is already putting his new water dragon step to use, moving like a phantom. And where's he headed? Straight to the top, of course. He zips straight to the 5th floor. The crowd below is losing their minds. For context, no one has been to the 5th floor except for the Empress and the Supreme Elders. They're all screaming, he's truly worthy of being the patriarch. He's unfathomable. Once on the 5th floor, he's surrounded by top-tier techniques. But with a mountain of aura in his body, our boy has high standards. He dismisses most of them, complaining that they don't open enough spiritual veins. He's aiming for the best of the best. Finally, he finds what he's looking for, an advanced Earth rank skill, the Demon King's technique. That's the one. Without a second of hesitation, he activates his cheat code, tenfold comprehension. The system goes into overdrive. The progress bar just fills up instantly. Elementary, intermediate, advanced. He hits the pinnacle level in seconds. A technique that would take others a lifetime to learn, our boy masters it in the blink of an eye. With the technique fully comprehended, his eyes glow with power and a mystical mark appears on his forehead. He has completely mastered this new strength. Meanwhile, the sheer power radiating from his cultivation is causing chaos outside. The people downstairs are freaking out, wondering what kind of insane technique he could have possibly found. Elder Guyen contacts him through the plate, And our boy has the audacity to complain. The problem is too few spiritual veins opened. Hearing this, everyone assumes he opened like a dozen, and they start trying to console him. But then Ning Tian drops the bomb. Only 100 of them opened. 100 in 30 minutes. Elder Gu Yin is absolutely floored. That's the theoretical limit for this technique. This level of comprehension skill, it's inhuman. By successfully shocking the elder, the system delivers another epic reward. And this one is the jackpot, a god-rank technique called the God's Record, which unlocks a godly physique. Our boy just hit the server's level cap. Just so you know, techniques in this world are ranked God, Heaven, Earth, Black, and Yellow. God rank is the absolute peak. Ning Tian doesn't waste a second and tells the system to start cultivating it immediately. But cultivating a God rank skill is no walk in the park. The process is excruciatingly painful. All the spiritual veins he just opened are dissolved in an instant. He says it feels like his bones are being broken and rebuilt from scratch. Even with his tenfold comprehension sheet, he only manages to grasp 30% of it. But that's enough to activate the godly physique. An unprecedented power awakens within him. The moment the godly physique activates, the world changes. A massive golden spiritual sea materializes in the sky above the sect, a phenomenon that shocks everyone to their core. The sheer pressure is overwhelming. An elder explains that a genius's spiritual sea is like a stream, but Ning Tian's is a full-blown tsunami, powerful enough to crack the very ground beneath them. His talent is just ridiculous. And he's not done. His spiritual sea soars into the heavens, looking like it's about to absorb all the aura from the entire sect. This massive disturbance even awakens the supreme elder from his seclusion. A white-haired old man descends from the sky, radiating immense power. It's the supreme elder, and he just broke through to the immortal emperor realm. Everyone immediately bows in respect. The supreme elder is baffled by the chaos. When he asks what's going on, he's told it's all because of the empress's new husband. He's completely shocked. That girl, she got married? Turns out, many in the sect were against this marriage, believing a mere disciple wasn't worthy of the empress. But as they gossip, the empress herself makes a grand entrance, and her presence silences everyone. The supreme elder confronts her, saying her marriage to a nobody puts the sect in danger. But the empress just coldly replies, "My affairs are none of your concern." The sheer authority in her voice is chilling. Just as they're facing off, the phenomenon in the sky intensifies. Dark clouds gather and the thunder roars. It's the legendary holy light thunder tribulation. Everyone is freaking out. Wasn't he just cultivating a new skill? How did he trigger a tribulation? But it gets even crazier. Someone realizes he's not just enduring the tribulation. He's actively using the thunder dragon to open his spiritual veins. This is completely unheard of. It's insane. The supreme elder is completely blown away, admitting this kid has the potential to reach the emperor realm one day. Meanwhile, the empress is watching with tears in her eyes. She knows it's the godly physique that's allowing him to do the impossible. The path to godhood is right there. But suddenly, there's a crisis. His spiritual sea is drying up, and he doesn't have enough aura to convert the thunder dragon. If he fails, his body will explode. At the critical moment, the empress leaps into action to protect her husband. The empress intends to transfer her aura to him, but his godly physique is so domineering that it starts forcibly absorbing her power instead. She's shocked, thinking, he's actually siphoning my aura? The onlookers are stunned with envy. To be personally protected by the empress is the highest honor. The empress herself looks at Ning Tian with a mix of anger and amusement. So you want to drain me dry? You got a big appetite. She decides to go all out, unleashing the full might of her emperor realm power to see just how much he can take. And our boy just absorbs every last drop. The tribulation ends, and not only is he unharmed, but our boy immediately starts flirting. He smoothly thanks his wife and takes off his shirt, claiming he's protecting her. Look at that. He even made the ice-cold empress blush. He might be a smooth talker, but deep down, Ning Tian realizes she genuinely didn't want him to die. With the crisis averted, they fly off, leaving behind a scene of destruction and a crowd of completely dumbfounded onlookers. Afterward, the biggest question on everyone's mind is how many spiritual veins he opened. The Supreme Elder is still bragging about his own past achievements, guessing the kid probably opened 40 or 50 at most. But when the final number is revealed, the entire crowd falls silent. 199, and their thunder tribulation veins. This is completely beyond their comprehension. It's not just talent. It's the stuff of legends. Even the Empress is utterly shocked by this number. She knows she's found a hidden treasure, a man who could one day overturn the entire world. The commotion our boy caused was so massive that it was seen by the neighboring Dongxing kingdom. They pinpoint the source of the world-shaking tribulation right to the heavenly demonic sect. The emperor of Dongxing already holds a grudge because the sect turned his son into a vegetable. This new phenomenon is the last straw. He decides it's time to ally with the righteous sects and wipe the heavenly demonic sect off the map. They speculate that such a massive tribulation could only mean one thing. The Empress of the heavenly demonic sect has broken through to the God realm. If that's true, their little crusade is doomed before it even starts. But they quickly dismiss the idea. The path to godhood has been severed for centuries, ever since the Battle of the God's Throne, where countless experts perished. They conclude there's no way the Empress could have become a god. Back at the heavenly demonic sect, a mysterious purple-haired elder has also figured out. He knows the source of the tribulation wasn't the Empress, but her unfathomable husband, Ning Tian. And he makes a bold prediction. This boy will one day achieve godhood. After all the chaos, things get a little intimate between Ning Tian and the Empress. She's checking his body for any lingering damage, and the atmosphere gets pretty tense. And of course, all the disciples and elders are watching from the sidelines, eating up the drama. The Empress confirms that there are indeed hidden injuries left from the tribulation. She helps him heal, and our boy, completely oblivious, thinks his wife is just worried about him. He's so touched. Little does he know he was literally on the brink of death. Ning Tian calls her wife out loud, and the elders nearly have a heart attack. The Empress, cool as ever, just states that she didn't even use 10% of her power, so there was no way he would have died. What a flex. With business concluded, the Empress dismisses everyone. And then, she kicks Ning Tian so hard he goes flying. Our boy becomes a shooting star across the sky. And where does he land? With perfect, pinpoint accuracy, he crashes right into the middle of the hot spring reserved for the female disciples. Welcome to the most awkward situation imaginable. Our boy is in full panic mode. His reputation as the upright and proper patriarch is completely ruined. He tries to explain, but let's be real, there's no explaining this. But the girl's reaction is not what he expected. Instead of being angry, they get flirty. They tell him there's no need to peep, they'll show him slowly. Our boy has stumbled into a honey trap. The girls swarm him, offering to wash his back and give him a massage. He's never faced this kind of danger before. He panics and scrambles to get out of there. He barely manages to escape, cursing the Empress for getting him into this mess. He also realizes his new godly physique is dangerously attractive, and this probably won't be the last time something like this happens. But he doesn't get far before running right into the Empress, who is waiting for him. Turns out, she has something important she needs him to do. She leads him to the sect's forbidden region, the heavenly demonic cave, a sacred place where the spiritual tablets of all the previous leaders are enshrined. Here, the Empress finally reveals her goal. She wants to find the manual for becoming a god to secure the sect's future. And she needs Ning Tian to do one thing for her: drop his blood essence onto the founder's stone statue. Ning Tian is immediately suspicious, since dropping blood essence is often used for control spells. But he knows that with her power, she could have killed him ages ago. Weighing his options, he decides to trust her and see what she's really planning. He activates his godly physique and offers a drop of his blood essence. As it falls, even the Empress is surprised by the immense power contained within that single drop. The moment the blood touches the statue, the cave begins to tremble. A terrifying aura awakens from within the stone. A voice booms, "Ha ha, I have awakened." It's the founder of the heavenly demonic sect, brought back to life by the blood of our boy's godly physique. Waking up the ancient founder on day one? Talk about a power move. It looks like our boy's path to becoming invincible has only just begun. What happens next? You'll have to stay tuned to find out.